No, he's going to make noise. Get him out. Go. Malcolm, go. Go. Come on. Let's go. Go. Been making noise all day.
Bespoke radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Welcome, Fade to Black. Bespoke radio for the masses. Yeah. How you doing? Today's Thursday, July 23rd, 2020. Let's do this, man. We are live from a bunker. A bunker that is somewhere in the middle of beautiful downtown Burbank, California. And I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for the Game Changer Network, KJCR and KGRA, the planet. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? It's Thursday, which means tonight is another Fader Night with open lines all night long. The call-in number is 747-228-2051. I'll open up the phone line shortly. You can follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. JChurchRadio. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox. You can join in on the conversation right there. Hashtag F2BQ is Fade to Black questions. You can post your questions right there. I'll get to them all. Email is Jimmy at jimmychurchradio.com. Big news day today. It's a big day here at Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. We are launching all of our stuff today. More on that in just a minute. But also today will be known as the day that the New York Times released another UAP article. It was published earlier today with the headline, "No Longer in the Shadows, Pentagon's UFO Unit will make some findings public," by Ralph Blumenthal and Leslie Kane. Well, I'm not sure what all the hype was about. I just wasted 5 or 10 minutes of my life today. I read the article twice, and I did make the comment that I'll never be able to get this time back. So I'm going to say this. I'm happy. I guess that I'm happy that the subject is still being discussed out there in the general public. That's great. But maybe I missed something in the article. I don't know. But I'm just not going to read it again. And I feel that the article was a swing and a miss. Now, I know that Leslie is one of the hardest working journalists and researchers out there. I realize that. I've got a lot of respect for her. But this was nothing more than a reprint of December 2017, and I found its publication strange and without meaning. Hopefully, this is a warm-up to something bigger that she is putting together. We will see on that. For now, you can read it for yourself, and we have the links up throughout social media. Moving on. In likely retaliation for the United States decision to close the Chinese consulate in Houston, Texas, Beijing is reportedly planning to shut down the American consulate in Chengdu. Chengdu is located in southwestern China, is considered a strategically important post given the U.S. interest in nearby Tibet. Meanwhile, the United States and China continue to bicker over the Houston closure. The Chinese consulate in Houston was the first of 5 that Beijing opened in the United States after relations were normalized back in 1979, followed by consulates opening in San Francisco, New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. The United States keeps 5 consulates on mainland China in Guangzhou, Shanghai, Shenyang, Chengdu, and Wuhan, and also maintains a consulate general for Hong Kong and Macau. Let's get the show cracking. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Happy birthday to today, slash, a.k.a. Sal Hudson, today, 55 years old. Marlon Wayans, today, is 48. Woody Harrelson, today, is 59. And David Essex, great singer, great musician, also pretty good actor. David Essex today is 73. And that song, Rock On, one of the best. Our dead guy's birthday today is Philip Seymour Hoffman. 1967 to 2014, died at the very young age of 46. Of course, starred in The Big Lebowski, The Talented Mr. Ripley, Doubt, Mission Impossible 3, The Hunger Games. He was a favorite actor of director Paul Thomas Anderson, who cast him in Magnolia, great film, Boogie Nights, Punch Drunk Love, and The Master. On February 2nd, 2014, Hoffman was found dead in a bathroom of his Manhattan apartment by a friend, playwright and screenwriter David Barr Katz. Philip's death was officially ruled an accidental overdose. On this day in history, OTD, 1982, Vic Morrow and 2 child actors, Renee Shin Chen and Micah Din Lee, are killed in an accident involving a helicopter during filming on the California set of Twilight Zone, the movie. Fader fact. Okay, here you go. This is a Fader fact. And this, unlike that New York Times article today, has been vetted. Roscoe H. Hillenkotter, the first CIA director, stated in a letter to Congress in 1960 that, quote, behind the scenes, high-ranking Air Force officers are soberly concerned about UFOs. But through official secrecy and ridicule, many citizens are led to believe the unknown flying objects are nonsense, end quote. And that is your Fader fact. Tonight, it's another Fader night with open lines all night long. That's right. It's your show. It's your calls. It's your conversation. UFOs, conspiracy, the paranormal, the supernatural, lost history, time travel, coffee, all of it. 747-228-2051. I'll open up the phone lines at the bottom of the hour. Right now, I need to hit this River Moon coffee. Check this out. In December 2013, Fade to Black Live had its first broadcast on the Dark Matter Network. A year in, Fade to Black went on its own, the Game Changer Network, a platform with an idea and no specific plan. Vaguely outlined as a portal for information that could bring, start, pilot, change, the plan started shaping up in 2016 when we met John Lund and Dana Harvey of Modern Masters. By 2017, John and Dana, with the support of many of you and us, built and launched the UniWiki. 2017, also with Modern Masters in 2018, we held our pilot Soul Tech conference at ECETI Ranch. 2017 also brought forth our relationship with Adrian Valera, Disclosure Fest, and the Mass Meditation Initiative. Disclosure Fest has since grown into a foundation with multiple initiatives to feed and care for the less fortunate, planting trees and cleaning beaches, teaching children and caring for elders all year round. Another project we have worked on, Civilization Timelines, currently on hiatus due to COVID-19 travel restrictions, is planned for the fall of 2021. And lastly, Game Changer Network's new series that will cover all things human called The H Factor. 7 years of broadcasting, researching, and producing Fade to Black compiled and accumulated a sizable database of information that did not make it past the research phase and never made it into the radio program. After much consideration, we have decided that the data is too important not to share it with you. In order to do so, GCN has developed a new project. It is called The H Factor. The H Factor is not about UFOs. It's not about ET. The H is for human. The name is also a nod and acknowledgement to H Factor, the sixth human personality trait added to the Big Five by Canadian scientists back in the year 2000. The H in this case stands for honor and humility. GCN's project will address all things human, who we are as a species, as a civilization, as an individual, and as a society. H Factor is a multimedia project. We're going to do it both in video and print. The videos will be short, around 10 to 15 minutes each, some as a series, a full series, multiple parts, and bring you snapshots of information on human history, archaeology, anthropology, language and communication, philosophy, neurosciences, human genome, and artificial intelligence. All with the hopes of converging the information that we have into knowledge, and the knowledge into knowing who and what we are, Homo sapiens, Homo cognitans, Homo loquiens. We also want to hear from you. And one of the most important parts about this entire project is us working with you. GCN has built this portal as a communication tool for you to reach out, express your thoughts, and let us know what you want to learn and expand on. New episodes of The H Factor will be released weekly and sometimes even daily. We have all of the content. We've got it defined, and the future flow will be organic and created with your help, input, and conversation. Our premiere episode of The H Factor is set for release the last week of July. Now, we will be posting up right now in Twitter, GameChangerNet.com, which is our website, our new YouTube channel, which you can go and subscribe to now. Everything should be set up. We want you to go and bookmark it. We've got a lot of information already up on the new website, and I'm looking here. Okay, that's YouTube. Rita, can we get the links up for the new website? It is GameChangerNet.com, everybody. And no, Jason. Okay, listen, I'm not going to get sidetracked here with reading Twitter. See, this is the thing. Twitter is always up in and I have TweetDeck, and it loads automatically. And when I see it click, it always attracts my attention. So, Jason, you're guilty right there for doing that, interrupting the flow of the show. I want you to go and bookmark everything. Start looking through GameChangerNet.com. Look how we've got things laid out. There will be, again, a multimedia platform here. We will be doing things both on the web via print and on the web via the series and video. Very excited about this project. And there's always, how do I say this? There's always the science behind everything, right? And then we have everything else. And I have always tried to pull the science in. And for me, it's the science, I think for all of us, it's the science combined with our community and spirituality and consciousness and everything that is magical about the world. They are starting to converge. But when we look at the science of what makes us human, that is a very fun and complex subject at the same time. And that's why the H factor and the more research that we have done, the conversations that Rita and I have each morning are absolutely incredible. And we have now figured out a way to get it done. Yes, we have built a brand new video studio. It's absolutely incredible. I'm talking about cameras and lights and everything, back set, everything that is needed for that. We've got the website done, the YouTube channel, and we are ready to go. Very excited about the future here with all of us. It's going to be great. All right, so it is GameChangerNet.com, and the YouTube channel, which is up, is Game Changer Network. There you go. All right, moving on. Tonight is open lines. 747-228-2051. And we today, as a community, we're hit with, and it's all over social media, and I get it. This new article from Ralph Blumenthal and Leslie Kean. The silence that is out there right now from a lot of the leaders in the UFO community is pretty concerning to me. And the reason is, if you are going to, okay, this is where I need to be blunt, okay? If you're going to put a title, No Longer in the Shadows, Pentagon's UFO unit will make some findings public, right? That right there, you need to make sure that what you are publishing is important. This is the New York Times. And after reading, like I said, I read the article twice. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something, like I was missing something. But there wasn't anything there. The parts buried in the article, the parts that were the most alarming for me, where I sat back and went, okay. What do you mean off-world vehicles? The government, we have these in our... Wait. And I had to go back and read that again. Where's the source for this? Where's the source? And it appears, and there's a typo there too as well. It's Eric Davis, whether it's a Mr. Eric Davis or Dr. Eric Davis. But Eric Davis is the source for saying to Congress or a classified Senate briefing that the United States government has crashed other flying saucers from outer space. E.T. Off-world crap. Let's not beat around the bush here. And that's the source? Right? I'm not so sure. Either that snuck past the the editorial staff at the New York Times and made it into print, or the New York Times thought that Eric Davis, one source, you always vet a source twice, and if you can, you vet it 3 times to confirm the facts. Here it's one, and the source is the person making the quote. That's not vetting a source. But it made it into print. So, the New York Times is telling the world that Eric Davis in the United States Senate had a conversation about the United States government having in its possession a flying frigging saucer from interstellar space, right? That is big news. And this is the problem that I have. I'm going to be very clear. If that was true, which it is not, but if that was true, that's the headline. That's the headline you run with, not some vague, no longer in the shadows, Pentagon's UFO unit will make some of its findings public. Apparently, in this article, some of its findings are that we have a flying saucer in our possession, but that's not the headline. Do you see the problem with the article? I have a lot of respect for Leslie Kean. I do. She is diligent. Ralph Blumenthal. A lot of I can't stress that enough. But that is a big problem inside of this article. It's a big problem. It's a big problem. And I think it is going to force, I've had issues with Eric Davis, and I don't know Eric Davis as a person. I clearly do not. I don't. I think I've exchanged a few emails with him over the years. But his writing and his stuff that I have read, all of it, and I've said it over and over again, it reads like science fiction. Some of it not even that good. The ATIP reports, come on, science fiction. And now going back with this on-the-record statement in the New York Times that the United States government has flying saucers. I'm paraphrasing, of course. And that he discussed this with the Senate. And he is the only source of this. Now we have to go back and consider what the Wilson document really says inside of it. I've always said the Wilson document is real. It was typed by Eric Davis. It was written by Eric Davis. It's the contents that is funky. And that's the problem that we're going to have now. The UFO community, we've been dealing with this for a long time, and we are excited about the conversations going on out there. We've got the New York Times printing this stuff. And you know what? We don't need to stumble because of it as well. Or people are going to go back and they're going to look at this and they're going to go. Now Eric Davis is in the New York Times being quoted saying these things as the only source, as the only vetted source for this. The New York Times is going to take some flack for it, but Eric Davis is going to have scrutiny come down on him like none other. He's going to have to prove the existence of a flying saucer in possession of the United States government. He's going to have to prove that he said this to the United States Senate. And he is the only source of it. I got a problem with that. And we invite all of you to go and read the 38 ATIP reports. Go and read those. Go and read Eric Davis's portions. The other stuff of it is, the other stuff that's in there, not by Eric Davis, yeah, okay. It's pretty cool. It's worth a look. Read his stuff. Yeah. I got issues. I want the very best for the UFO community. I want this thing. I want to get to I just want it. I want it. This kind of stuff, it doesn't do us any good. It doesn't help anything. The other part about this, with that amazing quote, being buried, by the way, being buried in the article, should have been the headline, is that in moving forward, for everybody that connects the dots between Bass, Bigelow, ATIP, OSAP, Davis, Kit Green, Put Off, and you keep moving across, right? And you end up now over at TTSA. It's all the same thing. And all of the supporters and all of the flag wavers and the Chris Mellons and Luis Elizondos of the world that have been out there circled around Eric Davis, and this kind of stuff gets out like it is, now you've got to question the whole organization, the whole thing. What is really going on? Now, I'm just saying, I want the best for this community. And you know what? I was going to actually put this out a little bit later tonight or tomorrow. I'll say this. I want to believe that quote from Eric Davis is real, factual, and truthful. But think about the implications of what was printed today in the New York Times. Think about that for a second. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight is Fader Night with open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. If you haven't read the article, read it. We have all night to chat about anything. I would like to talk about the Game Changer Network, the H Factor, Leslie Kane, Ralph Blumenthal, Dr. Eric Davis, anything else that you guys want to talk about. It's your night. It's your phone calls. The supernatural, the paranormal, lost history, conspiracy, time travel, all that stuff. Movies, coffee. Let's talk about all of it. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. At JChurchRadio. Email is Jimmy@JimmyChurchRadio.com. This is Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. I'll be right back. Stay with me.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net. KGRA Radio.
Introducing the Game Changer blend from River Moon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all River Moon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com. Go Beckley Teppy.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact. KGRARadio.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, folks. It's troubling times, and fear is pushing emotions which in turn pushes health the wrong direction. Do you ever get an ache because life is uneasy? Try Life Change Tea at GetTheTea.com. Life Change Tea works on your digestive tract, helping to move food through quicker and comfortably so your health is spot on. Life Change Tea may not help with world issues, but it will help with your digestive issues. A glass a day helps keep the intruders away. So, change your life today. Log on to GetTheTea.com. That's GetTheTea.com. If your health game is off, get on by ordering Life Change Tea. GetTheTea.com. And while you're on our site, look around at the great non-GMO organic supplements. And if you're a sales shopper, go to our specials page and see what's for you. I've been drinking the tea for 12 years and I'm sure glad for its health benefits. Again, that's GetTheTea.com. GetTheTea.com. The tea that makes you go.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, The Planet.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight is FADERNIGHT, Thursday. Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. Now, I want everybody to go and check out our new page, our new website. It is called GameChangerNet.com. Also, our new YouTube channel. Follow, like, and subscribe here. I'm merely putting that down for everybody so it's all in one place. Rita's already got it up, and there you go. Okay? Everything that you need right there. And very excited. The projects and what we have got in store for all of you is absolutely amazing. So get ready for all of that. And you're going to want to follow, like, and subscribe and bookmark everything. You're not going to want to miss our premiere episodes that will be coming up the first or the last week of July, okay, which is right in front of us. All right. All right. So let's get straight to the phones. 747-228-2051. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, this is Chris from New York, longtime listener and caller. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Chris. How are you?
Very, very well, thank you. A little warm here today, but I'll take it. It's better than the snow, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah, never.
Never. Well, let me say, before I ask my question, I just want to say, for those of you watching on YouTube, I love that you have the child watching over your shoulder and taking care of you, Jimmy, a.k.a. Baby Yoda. Oh, I love it. May he usher in a new age of Star Wars and rip it from the evil clutches of Kathleen Kennedy. I just want to get that out of the way. I love that you have it sitting there.
Oh, come on. Kathleen?
Yes.
She's been pulling it off, though. Yeah, I hear you. I understand.
I know. It's the big divide. I could talk about it till we reconstruct the fragments of Alderaan. It'll never change. There's people like me that just can't get past it, and that's just it. I saw that movie when I was 18 months old, and it changed my life. I got them tattooed all over my body. I have life-size statues all over my house. This is, like, really important to me. So
sure.
I'm not one of the, people that are just going to kind of go, oh, it's just a movie. See, that's the problem. When I start talking to people that say that, I know I just disengage. I stop talking to them because for me, it's not. But I don't want to get bogged down in that. I could talk about Star Wars with you all day till Kingdom Come. I do want to just mention the article. You talked about it already. So I don't want to, dive deep. Everybody's reading it and checking it out, but I have similar feelings as you. But I just have a question for you. What do you do? You've been doing this a while. You've talked to all these people that in ufology that we'd all love to sit down and have a chat with, and you've had that opportunity, and you've been steeped in this stuff for years, and you've seen everything come and go every which way, and you've had every opinion, from one spectrum to the other, from Richard Dolan and Linda Howe to Corey Good and David Wilcock and everything in between. How do you stay committed and don't get disillusioned by the constant, vicious circle of secrecy and just crapola that comes out of, and I'm not even talking about those guys. I admire some of those people. You know, Linda's great and Richard and everything, but it's just, it feels like we get these little kind of, you know, bumps on the radar where we go, oh, something's happening, and then it just flatlines again. And then it's years go by, and I feel like we're just talking to ourselves in an echo chamber. Nobody's listening. I try to wake people up, and they just laugh me off, or they go, what are you talking about?
Right.
And you get to the point where you feel like you're just going to explode, or you're just going to burn out. How do you stay together? How do you keep it going?
Two things allow me to do that, but there's probably 100. Okay, but the first and foremost out front is I have seen things personally with myself and Rita and large groups of people that are absolutely unexplainable, where I know that it's not of this earth. I know it. I don't know who or I don't know what. I'm not communicating. I don't have any, I haven't been on a ship, but I've seen that. So that right there, I am allowed to put that on the shelf, knowing that I've got to try to figure out what is going on, because that is all the proof that I need. And I have said many times, Chris, that I will always defend the UFO community, where I will talk about my personal experiences and my sightings publicly. I don't care what the rest of the media has to say about me personally. I'll put my career out there and let it hang, because I've seen what I've seen and I can't explain it. That's the first thing. The second reason that I'm hanging in there is the community. The things that I have seen, many in the community have also, and I'm talking about millions of people around the world, have seen things that they can't explain. And when they need to go and talk about it with their friends or their family or their coworkers, and people tease them, or maybe their career gets, and they hold it, they need somebody like me to speak up and speak out. And I will defend the community, and that's what keeps me moving forward. The issues that I have, just like what you just mentioned here, are when I see funkiness going on. I mean, real funkiness, wonkiness, that it just rubs me the wrong way. And when people look, and I'm not going to jump on a bandwagon. I'm not going to ride somebody else's coattails, and I'm speaking specifically of something like TTSA or Corey Good, or things. I'm not going to go there. I need the stuff that is fact, that's it. And I keep saying over and over again, Chris, and I really mean this, is that some of the most absolute bona fide evidence that we have are the eyewitnesses. That's it.
Yeah.
What I have seen. I mean, I have spoken to millions of people over the airwaves about this. I can't explain a 400-foot tall beer can in the sky. Nobody can. But we all saw it, and we all saw it together. And I keep going back to the moment when that happened. I nearly had a heart attack. I did. And you can listen to the video. Right? You can listen to that. Yeah. Lucinda shot it. And when you listen to the video, she doesn't have the craft in the video. She's got the reaction to everybody, and myself included, at the moment that sighting happened. And it was still going on. She just didn't point her cell phone in the right direction. But you can hear how excited. I lost my mind, and how can anybody explain that away? I can't.
Well, that's the thing. I'm sorry, Jimmy, because I know you got to get to other people, but I just want to say, I'm with you 100%. See, the thing is, it's not about us. We all know. We just don't know the absolute ultimate reality of what's going on, but we know the truth that we're being lied to. I think my question really is, it's not just kind of sticking with the UFO community. The community is absolutely what you said. It's holding itself together. It's like I turn on the news. Like I know, first fatal mistake, right? And I'm watching TV and I'm seeing these riots and I'm seeing cities burning down. And I'm going, you guys are angry at the wrong people. I get it. I know this is a very hot button topic. It's a sensitive issue, but I'm thinking, God, this is what I wanted for years, but about the secrecy, about the lies that we've all been told for so long, just having it shoved down our throats and programming us to believe that we're crazy, that this isn't real, and that we're tearing down statues when we should be, marching and telling them, look, we're that, hey, remember the little Area 51 run that was turned into a joke? I mean, that kind of stuff, not to do that literally, but to put it up there at that category, saying this is how much we feel about this. You've got to stop. You're holding us back. We lost an entire century of technological evolution because you guys have been lying to us. The power struggle of the elites and the propaganda and the pharmaceutical companies and the oil companies and all the power elites of the world that dominate us. We're subjugated by these people, and we're just sort of okay with that. Because if we weren't, we wouldn't be.
Yeah, but that's exactly the point. When I say that, when I talk about the wonkiness, sorry for the bad adjective or whatever you want to call that. The reason for that is when you have TTSA and the staff that is out there with TTSA and the money that's behind it, with marketing, with buying time with the New York Times and Fox, and being able to have publicists and a PR firm, these powerful, to get this stuff out there. That part of it I enjoy. I do. But what they are doing is spreading the wrong information. And when you look at, CIA and counterintelligence and these types of employees and ex-employees that are running this company, then how much of it is truthful, or is there an agenda behind it? And anybody can argue these points forever, right? Oh yeah, but they put it out there, man. They're really helping us. Yeah, I agree with that. But what is the information itself? Is it real? And it comes down to today, this article by Leslie Kean and Ralph Blumenthal. If you're going to bury in that article an unvetted source, that is Eric Davis, saying that he went to the Senate in a classified briefing on us possessing flying saucers, you better, as the New York Times, you better vet that. You don't vet that with Eric Davis. You don't vet a source from the source. You don't do it that way. And people are going to read this article and take it as fact because it comes from the New York Times. And you need to be very, very careful. Now, it's going to be laser focused right back at Eric Davis. Who is he? What school is he teaching at? What company is he working for? Does everybody know that he's running around telling people that we have flying saucers? Right? Wait. Now, I hope that we do. But you've got to vet that source. You've got to vet it. And if it turns out that this is just the slightest bit untruth, then what do we do with everything else? What do we do with that?
How do you prove that?
What?
Like, how do you prove that? You know what I mean?
That's on Eric Davis. That's on Eric Davis, not on me. That's on.
I know. Well, that calls into question the legitimacy of the Wilson document that you mentioned too, which was a firestorm last year when it finally dropped. And it's still debated. I mean, I just listened to Richard do 5 hours talking to Mr. X about it again, and Grant did another 5 hours. I mean, it's like everybody's still talking about this thing, and that's what I mean by those blips on the map. We had these little upticks where we're going, oh, something's happening. This is great, and it's like something happening. This happened 25 years ago. I mean, this is Greer stuff 25 years ago, and it's like we're playing perpetual catch up with our own community.
Yeah,
and it's
Chris,
like
Chris, you're right about this, and this is where we get into a really sticky, dangerous situation. with Eric Davis. Now, okay, first off, I'm going to say this straight up. There isn't anybody that you know the name of. I don't care who it is, okay? Anybody that you know the name of that is posting, quoting, publishing, writing in a TV series, on a website, on Twitter, social media, anywhere. There isn't one person that you know that knows that has an absolute factual setup of anything to do with ET and flying saucers. You don't know that person. You don't. And it's certainly not Eric Davis. Right? It's not the case. So, going back to Eric, and he is going to have to answer for this quote in the New York Times, and his answer is going to be, well, I've heard from a source that we have that's where he doesn't he cannot go and factually state to the Senate that we are in the possession of off-world vehicles not from planet Earth. You can't say that. You can't. He can't. He cannot do it. And I don't know how he's going to back that up. It's impossible.
Well, let me ask you, do you think that maybe we're looking at this from the wrong angle? Could it be that it's 4D chess and something else is really going on here, that he's been put in that article for a reason?
Right. And
to kind of steer things.
Right. Are you prepared to do that perpetual, circular, chasing your tail once again story?
No, I hate it. That's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous.
I hear that one more time. You know, the conversation that I want to have with my government and with the Pentagon is when the Pentagon goes, hey, okay, all right, they're here, they've been here, they're coming here, this is where they're coming from, we're doing this, and this, it's all good, we're moving forward. That's the conversation. Mm-hmm. Anything else is just head in the sand, chasing your tail, crazy, running in circle, catch-22, never-ending madness. Right?
Well, what motivation could that group, you just said the government, and I'm assuming you mean the United States because you said the Pentagon. So if that's the lead group hiding this technology or this knowledge, if that's the group leading it, what could possibly motivate any branch of that government to release that information? Why would they? It wouldn't serve them. They would only do it if it serves them.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, I don't know. One thing that would cause that to happen is that and I'm talking about astronomers, deep space observations, radio telescopes, EM waves, gravity waves, and looking out and studying the universe, that they know something's on its way here, or they are observing something that pretty soon amateur astronomers are going to start looking at and talking about, and that there is something inevitable that is on the horizon, and these conversations got to start now so the softball can be thrown. That's a possibility.
Would be it, wouldn't it? That would probably be it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, and if that's the case, then we're going to find out no matter what they say.
But it wouldn't be done through Eric Davis in the New York Times with an unvetted quote.
That's true.
Hey, Chris, enjoy the rest of your night, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man. Thanks for the talk.
Excellent phone call. Thank you so much. Go Beckley Tepe.
Take care. You too. Thanks, Jimmy.
That is the way we're going to kick off a Fader night right there. That was an excellent phone call. And, I see everything coming in. I'm going to get to everybody. But see, when I have a good phone call, I stay with it. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Nathan in Ohio.
Hi, Nathan in Ohio. How are you?
Doing pretty good, Jimmy. I'm somebody who would identify as a close encounter experiencer. That letter, the letter that was talking about how abductions are not real. I guess that's from the Wilson document.
Yes.
Well, it causes a person, even somebody who's had a lifetime of experience, to at least back consider, how physical something is. But it doesn't take, that's the problem. We have to accept that there are levels of things like your dream life, or your spiritual life that get entangled with this subject, whether we want it to be there or not. And sometimes you have a physical experience, maybe because maybe it was more common 20 years ago that you had a physical experience, and now it's much more metaphysical because our tracking technology is getting better, things like that. But I also know that I've been abducted by people. By that I mean humans. So, and those were 100% physical. And they started when I was, it happened at least once when I was young, and it's happened again since I was an adult. And these experiences are real, whether they're entirely physical all the time or not. And to delegitimize a fairly well-documented, at least, if it's not aliens that are doing that, then we should be trying to figure out what is.
Yeah, and
because
I
it's not
agree.
a matter of it not happening.
Yeah, Nathan. Of course, I think we all can agree with what you're saying for many different reasons. One, we have, I don't know how many are on the record. I don't know if it's millions, but certainly the number is very large with people around the world speaking about direct contact and abductions with alien species. And that part is part of our history. It's there. And going up to somebody like a Travis Walton and discounting his experience it's kind of baffling to me. And then to have that in the document as a matter of fact statement, crash retrievals are real, alien abductions are not. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing the exact statement, but it was very definitive. One is real, one is not. And I can't go there. And to take the document as that some people are, that it's absolutely authentic and everything that in it is real and happened. Well, and no disrespect to anybody out there, you're allowed to believe what you want to believe and research what you want to research and be convinced on something that maybe somebody else is not as convinced of. That's fine. Okay. But when you go into hard black and white like that, as stated in there, it just doesn't feel right to me. That's a weird statement to make. And the other part about the Wilson document was the second document, which was the alien autopsy document with Kit Green. That I'm into a funky zone. I mean, I'm uncomfortable with it. I know that the alien autopsy film is 100% bogus. I don't know what. I don't know what Ray Santilli saw or didn't see. If there was an original film that dissolved in his hands on the projector and he had to recreate it and think. But to have Kit Green say that film is authentic and it matched what he saw at the Pentagon, it's like, you know what? That's made up stuff because the alien autopsy film is not real. It's not. It's simply not.
I knew it wasn't real when I was a teenager, or I wasn't even a teenager yet when that came out, but I remember it coming out because it was everywhere.
And that's the problem where we take all of this stuff in totality because these dots, these dots are all connected. It's the same names over and over again, right? And so Eric Davis and the Wilson document, Eric Davis and ATIP, Eric Davis and the alien autopsy, Eric Davis and his conversation, Kit Green, Hal Puthoff, Christopher Mellon, and all of these same names all the way across the board. And now the New York Times wants to use Eric Davis as the source in saying that we have flying saucers in our possession from other worlds, not of this earth. Man. I don't know. And for all of those supporters, Nathan, all of those supporters, all of those researchers, everybody that's been defending TTSA and that whole group of the, I don't know, man. This is a bad situation for them, and I don't know how they go and repair it. You know, I have been outspoken about Eric Davis for a long time, and it was really weird for me to read this article today, and I'm reading through it, and it comes to Eric Davis, and he's the source. He's the source.
Yeah.
I put it up on Twitter today, Nathan. I said, somebody had quoted, I forget what it was, quoted Eric Davis. I said, wait a minute. Who is the source of this information, right? Or this confirmation, whatever it was. Is it Eric Davis? That's not good enough. You can't have the quoted source as the source of the vet. That's not journalism. That's not editorial 101.
Yeah. That's like Hunter S. Thompson without any ethics.
Oh, slow down there, kid. All right, man. Behave. Have a great night, Nathan, and I'll talk to you soon. Great phone call.
All right.
Right on. Gobekli Tepe, and that is Nathan from Ohio. I will be getting to the rest of your phone calls in a minute. I think you can tell I'm a little bit, it's the article itself having the Pentagon apparently having a UAP desk right now for them to go and, whatever. There's a couple of points in the article that I want to bring up, which again, it doesn't make much sense, but it says there that the Senate wants to make sure that China and Russia doesn't have any technology. They want to find out what these UAPs are, interrupting our military airspace and things like that. Okay, all right, fine. It doesn't say UFOs. It doesn't say that. And I don't doubt that those are the words that are going to be used in the Department of Defense's budget. And that's the way that it is described now, because that's not the reality of it. The headline of the article says Pentagon's UFO unit. It's not the Pentagon's UFO unit. This is misleading. And they even say, well, the Pentagon's not going to talk about this. Well, of course, it's misleading. And it's not cool. And when you get down further in the article and you find the real hidden gems there, I don't know. Here we go again. It's like the UFO community has got to defend itself from stuff like this. And that's not cool. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. More of your phone calls are next on the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. This is Fade to Black. You can follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio, the Defenders of the Faith. That's me, your host, Jimmy Church. I'll be right back.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station, Salt Lake City, Utah, Van Buren, Arkansas.
Hello, my name is Billy Carson, and I am a best-selling author and the founder of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Together with my team, we have built an all-new conscious streaming TV platform designed with every family member in mind. If you have ever wanted to travel the world and attend lectures and workshops from your favorite speakers but weren't able to, look no further. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. There are dozens of workshops and lectures from speakers you know and love. We have also included amazing categories to assure that your consciousness is entertained and elevating on a daily basis. Amazing interviews, ancient history, ascension knowledge, wisdom teachings, documentaries, conspiracies, mysteries, health and fitness, conscious cooking, meditations, finance, yoga, and so much more. To start your free trial on any mobile device or computer, surf to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's Forbidden Knowledge with the number 4, ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Again, visit ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Introducing the new Surfer Music app. Listen, fade or not, you know I love my music. This is my go-to for all things notes. The Surfer app is a brand new concept in music listening. Surfer is free, providing unlimited access to thousands of live streaming radio stations. Surfer is an exciting, interactive listening experience. Discovery and surprise are built right in. Surfer is your destination to discover and rediscover great live streaming music. It features high-quality audio streams, free access to music from thousands of live streaming radio stations, unlimited listening, unlimited skipping. You get a music visualizer, and you can also select your favorite channels. Get it at the Apple App Store or Google Play. Just search Surfer Music or click on the Surfer banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Go Beckley Teppy. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black, on the Game Changer Network and the KGRA Digital Broadcast Station.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to jimmychurchradio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. Yes. We are of the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And I'm Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. And you're listening to Jimmy Church. The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official FADERNIGHT by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black, across the globe on the Game Changer Radio Network and the one and only KGRA Radio, The Planet.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight's Fader Night, Thursday night, open lines all night long. The call-in number is 747-228-2051. Write it down, 747-228-2051. It's your calls, your conversation all night long. Let's go straight back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey.
Hello. Yes.
Hey, I don't know why I'm getting this interference in the background. I don't have your radio show on at all.
Okay, who's
Hello?
calling?
Yeah, it's Heather from Mansfield, but I don't have your show playing. I was just on the phone, and I'm getting interference.
I don't know what
Maybe
interference.
It was a delay.
I don't know what interference you're talking about. But
I was hearing. Okay, I'm having problems. This is Heather from Mansfield.
Okay, Heather, Mansfield, Ohio.
Yeah.
What's on your mind?
Well, what's weird is I'm still hearing my voice.
Okay, Heather,
You're not hearing it on your end?
No, I'm not, Heather, and we're live on the radio. It's
I
probably.
know. I'm hearing myself reverbing.
Okay.
It's weird.
Okay.
Okay, well, either way, I'll just ignore myself, and it's a two-part phone call. I wanted to let you know a really funny story.
Okay.
I've called in a couple of times. My husband, I kind of turned on to it, and then he was kind of like, he called in a couple of times just about music and stuff. And then I don't remember exactly how this story works out, whether it was the other guy or my husband, but he sells beer and wine, and he had told you that when he called in. And he was in one of his accounts, and then somehow your name came up. And it was like, well, my wife listens to Jimmy Church. And he's like, well, I listen to Jimmy Church. He's like, she a FADERNIGHT? And he was like, yes. And it went back and forth, and it was the funniest thing ever. And as a matter of fact, he actually even, he didn't call in, but he wrote in for something, a question you had about something. But it was really interesting. But either way, I know obviously you get so many phone calls that you don't, like, you can't recognize, where everyone's coming from as far as location-wise. But I just thought it was really funny that I knew someone in this town forever, and neither one of us knew that we were both FADERNIGHT.
Yeah, you never know.
I thought it was a great story.
Yeah, you can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Great.
All right,
but
cool.
I'm still getting that. I can hear you and I talking behind me.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to ignore it.
It's probably your cell phone and the connection.
It must be.
Yeah, it happens. But that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You just never know. Right? You just
I
never know.
It is cool.
You never know. You never know. Okay, what was the second part? What was the second part?
Well, the second thing that I wanted to call, and I couldn't listen to the show because my phone is being a jerk tonight, obviously, because it keeps doing this. Right. But it is. You don't. And I wonder how many other people in this town are listening to you. Okay, the second part was I didn't get to listen to the show because my phone won't let me listen and then, disconnect. So I haven't heard anything. But one of my biggest reasons why I'm in call tonight, and I don't do it very often because I usually can't, is that I feel like Mama Tiger right now after yesterday. And I know you won't address it because you're just a classy guy. But for one FADERNIGHT to the others who I know are listening and get it, there needs to be some sort of respect for our community, and for people to call in and be disrespectful to what we all understand our vision is for this, like you said, it's your station, but we have been here supporting you, love you. We're part of it, but only because of your leadership. And for people to call in and be rude, I don't like it. And I think a lot of faders don't like it. And you're such a classy guy that you'll just go click and make a laugh out of it. But as one of your FADERNIGHT, followers, I just want to say out for everyone that's not a FADERNIGHT or somebody that doesn't quite get it or is listening now, that there's a line, I mean, there is the conspiracy theory part of this show. But at the same time, there's a line, it's supposed to be a loving, wonderful, let's learn from one another. All of the guests you have, especially, we learn from one another, we get knowledge, we get growth. There's a certain point of conspiracy where it goes to the negative side, and it's just not healthy for anybody.
That's right.
And you especially are there, and most of us that listen to you are there. Not to say that parts of it might not be true, but that's not what the show's about. There are other places for that.
That's exactly
right. And so I'm calling to do Mama Tiger to defend you and to put it out there for anyone else that don't call and text me because we got his back.
That's it.
Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about, Heather. Go
That's what I'm
Beckley
talking
Tepe.
about.
Thank you so much.
Go Beckley Tepe.
Go Beckley Tepe, Heather.
Absolutely.
Enjoy
You
the.
bet. I love you, man.
I love you
All
back.
right.
Enjoy your weekend.
Okay. I will too. Love you, man. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. That's it.
That's it. That's it. Thank you, Heather. That's a great phone call right there. And she's right for so many different reasons. Okay. And yeah. I'm just gonna agree with everything that she has to say. Okay. That's it. Thank you so much for that, Heather. Let's go straight back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Kevin from West Virginia.
Hey, Kevin from West Virginia. How are you?
Doing fine, Jimmy.
What's cracking?
Actually, alluding to a little bit from the last caller, that was some brilliant radio. In that, not only was it on radio, but I could see your reaction, and I was 100% there. It's your show. It's your topics. That's what got you interested in doing this particular type of show to begin with. That's what I'm trying to do with mine. It's what I like to talk about. It's what interests me. And if somebody else out there shares the same interest, fine. That's why I want to do this. But also to get the information out.
Yeah, and not to dwell on it, and we can move on, but the simplicity of the statement of this is my show. Well, yes, it is, but it's our show. I get that.
Right.
I totally do.
Right.
It's our show, but I don't do or say anything because I'm here to make friends, or I'm here to placate, or I'm here to make everybody happy, or I'm speaking about things that I think that other people want me to say. No. I speak from my own mind. And if you connect with it, great. If you don't, great. No harm, no foul. That's like anybody else. If you're a songwriter and you're writing songs, you're not writing songs that you think people want you to write. You're writing songs that you want to write. And if you make a connection with people, great. That's why the great songwriters out there, those personal songs about their own happiness or pain or experiences, whatever, people resonate with it. But you're not, if somebody goes, you can't write songs like that. You need to write a song about this. No, that's not how it works. And that's not how this show works or any other show. You don't, call up somebody's show and go, you're wrong. You need to. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't matter. And Kevin saying things like, which I think is very hurtful. Well, if you don't like it, go and listen to something else. You have the choice. You can change the dial. That's the wrong thing to say too as well, because it doesn't even need to be said. It doesn't matter to me. Either you dig it or you don't. Okay. That's all right. That's all right. But
you mentioned about the songwriters. The songwriters that do try to cater to a specific audience, they are never satisfied with anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
It's like okay, I've got to do this because I'm going to be a people pleaser and blah 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 blah. But the bottom line is, when those lights go down and your show goes off, you're still there with your thoughts. And if you can't get those out, then you're going to be frustrated. And I don't want to be that way. And when I saw that, I thought, this is a great lesson, and I saw Jimmy Church do it.
Yeah. Yep. That's the way it is. And look at something like, and thank you for the phone call, Kevin, but look at Vincent van Gogh. Okay?
Right.
He never sold a painting when he was alive. Never sold a painting. He painted for himself, right? And today, look at his influence on the planet, right? And the appreciation of his art. But he didn't go and start painting for other people so he could make money and change his values and his ethics. He painted for himself. That's the way it is. That's it. And that's the way you do things. And that's the way we do things
Right.
here.
I
Kevin,
agree with it, 1,000%.
enjoy your weekend, my man. Thank you for the phone call.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Go Beckley Tappy. Give it.
Go Beckley Teppy. That's what I'm talking about, right?
All right, Kevin from West Virginia. Enjoy your weekend.
You too, Jimmy. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a great phone call right there. We got lots of great phone calls tonight. Man, it's going to be a good fader night. I can feel the vibe. Coming. I'm lining up. I'm just going to kill a little time. That article today did not make me happy. And I was expecting, especially after all of that hype and everything that, the buildup. I talked about it on Coast this weekend and okay. I'm reading my text from Rita. Yeah. Okay, Ree. Cool. Let's see. I'm going to go here next. Let's see who this is. Right here. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Julian.
This is who?
You can Julian, you can hear me good, man?
Yeah, I got you, man. It's Junior.
All right. Julien. Call me Skull and Bone.
Okay. How you doing?
I'm fine, man. Thanks.
What's on your mind?
Oh, I get a couple. Are we live right now?
Yes, we are live right now.
Okay, all right. Sorry, man. All right, I got a couple of questions. Sorry if my English is like very bad. What's your position about Chris Mellon and that threat concerning like alien and UFO over nuclear facility and all those things?
Well, I don't know what Christopher Mellon said specifically about that. I didn't see it, so I can't comment directly. There has been enough documentation over the years, Maelstrom Air Force Base specifically.
Between you and me, Ginny, you think those things are a threat?
Do I think they are a threat? No.
All right.
Well, wouldn't we know that by now? Right? Wouldn't we know that by now? Now, if you go back to Maelstrom Air Force Base and the UFO that was sighted, there was a saucer, a lighted craft at the gates, and it shut down a bunch of missile silos, and they all went offline. All right? Well, that's pretty frightening if we take it as fact. That's pretty frightening. Yeah. But that's not like they were shooting at us. All right? Taking missiles offline, I think, is a message. Now
because if we look at it, I really think that TTSA is taking like a narrative over the whole perspective and making it like looking like a threat. And I wonder why, because those things so far are taking care of our nuclear place, and I don't know.
But that's
what I think.
Yeah, and again, I think this all goes back to one thing: as long as you can have the word threat and you get fear into the play, then there is money and funding for the military there. And money is generated. And I hate to say it like that, but that is quite frankly the case. Whether it's building up a stronger Navy or stronger Air Force or Army or the Marines, put fear into the play, put threat into the play, and then you can turn around and get funding. And that's a normal method of operation right there. And that's nothing new when it comes to defense budgets and the way that the Senate and Congress look at things. So, yeah.
It's an honor talking with you, by the way, Jimmy. It's a real honor talking with you live.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Enjoy the rest of your night and weekend.
Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, thank you. It's another great phone call, Gobekli Tepe. It's another great phone call. Man, we've got nothing but great phone calls tonight. I'm loving it. It's Fader Night, Thursday night, 747-228-2051. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Jimmy Church.
Yes.
It's Germs.
It's Germs?
What's going on, brother?
How are you?
How you doing?
What's going on?
Hey, so I'm going to come straight way out of left field. Just kidding. I want to talk to you about guitars really quick. So, I recently picked it up November, right? My homeboy was like, Hal, he's like, hey man, if you suck a guitar, I'm going to give you mine. Hang out with it, enjoy it, play around with it, try it out, right? So this is in November. I'm now in, where are we at, July? I don't even know what month it is. This COVID stuff is crazy. Anyway, started learning guitar, and the F chord is just giving me a hard time, Jimmy. Can you give me some help here? Like, for real.
It's the hardest chord to play, man. Yeah, it's the hardest.
The F chord, man. Like, help me out here. Like,
Yeah.
my pinky works.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
My pinky works.
Yep.
And then my ring finger works.
Yep.
But when you gotta get that middle finger in there, when
Can't
you
do
wanna
it.
switch it to another chord, that F, man, it's hard.
You
Give me
can't do
some
it.
help here, Jimmy.
It's your wrist. The magic is in your wrist. So, you need to, you take your wrist. I don't know if you can see me on camera, but you got to bend your wrist. You got to bend your wrist as far as you can bend it, because that's how you make the F chord. If you have a stiff wrist and you're not able to flex it down to where you need it to be to make the F chord, you're never going to be able to do it. Now, it comes with time. It comes with time. Now,
Of course, yeah, it's the muscle memory.
But it's bending your wrist. So I'm going to give you some advice
Sure,
right
man.
now. Take your wrist and bend it down, right? Make an L shape.
Yeah.
Are you looking at your left hand? Take your
I got
right
you.
hand and push down on the tops of your knuckles and stretch that baby out, your tendons all the way back to your elbow. You got to bend that.
You got to keep that left elbow in, right? You don't want it out to your left. You want it in towards your body so you can curl your fingers around. Right?
Well, it's kind of a little bit of both, but anyway, you got to make sure that wrist is flexible. Okay.
All
right. That's it, man. Stretch that
really
wrist
quick.
out, man. Stretch it out.
Jay Church.
Yeah.
Really quick.
Yeah.
Your show is amazing. You're an innovator. I one day myself want to have a show just like yours. And for everybody listening, Gobekli Tepe is a game changer without question. I highly suggest anybody who calls herself a FADERNIGHT to get up on it. And if you don't know people, tell them about it. I do trivia. My name is Gobekli Tepe. No one ever asks. When they do, I tell them what it is. Everybody should understand it changes the history that we live in. And if you don't believe in magic, you probably should at this point. So, Jay Church, keep it rocking, brother. Your intro, outro music is great. I love everybody. Good night.
Good night, Germs. That's a great phone call. Gobekli Tepe, too, as well. Great phone call. Great phone call. Let's see. Let's go here next. 747-228-2051. It's Thursday night, Fader Nights. Open lines all night long. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
747. Hello.
Yeah, turn me down in the background.
This is Jim from British Columbia.
Hi, Jim from British Columbia, BC. How are you?
Great. I'm fabulous, man. Now, you were talking about the New York Times, correct?
I certainly was.
Yes, and there's another newspaper that my friends think is a newspaper of record. That's the Guardian. And my educated friends online, they keep posting articles from New York Times, and other sources that they consider to be of record. But I find that if I have expertise in an area and I read an article on that area, I can take it apart and just, it's so bad. At the end, they give totally the wrong impression, as you find, because your expertise in UFOs. Now, okay, so my expertise in engineering, I was doing civil engineering back in the 1980s, and there was articles in the newspapers, our Vancouver newspapers, about water systems and tap water and all this. And they were so misinforming the public on that. It was so bad. So way back then I noticed it. And then I read some George Orwell books where my favorite book by Orwell is what's that one? Homage to Catalonia, where he comes back from the Spanish Civil War to England, and he finds that the newspapers are full of utter fantasy about the place he just came from, right?
Right.
And he was a journalist, and now, bringing this up to date, I've been studying climate science really hard for a few years now. I'm up at a higher level now, and I'm challenging my professors and things like that, And I find my friends online are linking in articles from The Guardian or the New York Times on climate science, and they've got it so wrong. I mean, I can see right through it. I see these articles as written by journalists. They don't use proper scientific language. They put the quotes, if they have science quotes, they're in the wrong order. They pick the wrong quote, and then they misinterpret the quote itself. So they go out of their way to get a quote from a real climate scientist, and then they completely misinterpret it and weave it into the article in the wrong way. And at the end of the article, it's just wrong, right? So I spent a couple of years online fixing all these newspaper articles that were being linked into my climate science web pages where I go. And people are linking these things in, and one after the other. I spend all day taking apart one newspaper article after to correcting it all the way through, and it's terrible. So these newspapers of records, of so-called record, I mean, I don't know how we can defeat them. I know that there have been lawsuits against some big media companies where they've told utter lies. And maybe that's one way of getting at them, but I sure would like to, maybe break the public's trust in these so-called newspaper of record, like New York Times. A friend of mine only reads New York Times, and she is so misinformed. She is so off base. Oh gosh, it's really terrible.
This is, and I appreciate the phone call, Jim, but there are a lot of people out there, friends of mine, that will defend the New York Times, and I get that. And they've been around for a long time, and they have a reputation. They have lawyers, editorial staff, news department, news directors, and they have a vetting process. And supposedly, especially with the New York Times, by the time it gets to print, things are checked and rechecked and fact-checked and vetted. With this article today, this is not good. And it calls into question now not only the defenders of the New York Times and the New York Times itself, but those that are in the circle around this story too as well, including Dr. Eric Davis. So I don't know. The UFO community is just going to be fine. This is just something that we're going to have to endure and argue about and defend ourselves with moving forward. Dr. Eric Davis, he's got some splaining to do. And, Jim, I got to take a break right here, man. Thank you for the phone call. And we love all of our friends up there in the Great White North.
Go Beckley Tepe, I'm out of beer.
Go Beckley Tepe, I'm out of beer. Have a great weekend, Jim. That's a great phone call. Go Beckley Tepe. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It's Thursday night. It is Fader night. It's open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us.
way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
Do you want to be an official FADERNIGHT? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. Come join us for the StarWorks UFOs and Artificial Intelligence Conference, November 6th through the 8th at the Aquarius Resort in Laughlin, Nevada. A full weekend of events with Grant Cameron, James Fox, Alan Stivelman, Sid Goldberg, Jaime Maussan, Lynn Katai, Paul Hynek, and another dozen great speakers and presenters. Special Fade to Black Sky Watches with Hoffman's Optics on Thursday and Friday nights, movie premieres, a cocktail party, a dinner gala. Get your discount ticket packages today at StarWorksUSA.com. I'll be there along with the entire Fade to Black crew. Start planning your weekend now for the StarWorks UFOs and Artificial Intelligence Conference, November 6th through the 8th at the Aquarius Resort in Laughlin, Nevada. Just visit StarWorksUSA.com. Go Beckley Tepe.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7, with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
Permanent industrial glue impossible to remove? Not anymore, because Handyman Formula by D-Bond is a patented chemical adhesive remover. It's used in the building and home maintenance industry, but now it's available for your home use, for your DIY projects. Unglue stickers, silicone rubber, labels, price tags, flex tape, weather stripping, carpet glue, wood glue, liquid nails, even 3M 5200. And it dissolves graffiti. Yeah, graffiti. Handyman Formula by D-Bond works, and it's safe to use on most surfaces. No need to call a professional. Don't get out the pliers and blowtorch. Just apply a little Handyman Formula by D-Bond and wait 90 seconds, then quickly and easily pull the items apart. Get unstuck. Visit DBondHandymanFormula.com. That's Dbond.
Telepath is a weekly digital newsletter filled with the latest paranormal news, trending topics, and fresh articles from some of the most popular critical thinkers in the community today. Stay informed on your favorite paranormal podcasts and live streaming talk shows. Interact with the Telepath and upload your paranormal story or pics. It could be featured in an upcoming edition. Sign up right now for the free Telepath newsletter at paranormal.radio. That's paranormal.radio.
Including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader Night. Open lines all night long. 747 228-2051. 747-228-2051. You can follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox. Watching it click by tonight. You guys are amazing. And hashtag F2BQ on Twitter is Fade to Black Questions. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, my name is Lucy.
Hi, Lucy.
Hi, yeah. I have lately been seeing a lot of light on the child sex trafficking. And my question is, after all of the research that I've done, and I kind of come down to Bob Lazar's, whenever he came out with a lot of that paperwork that he had saw about, human enslavement for 10,000 years. And it's being related to extraterrestrials, our government, and they have this deal. And I kind of want to know, what interdimensional beings or what extradimensional beings out there, want to help us with this, because, I'm not seeing any of the global numbers going down. I'm not seeing, the Q movement, I love their idea and the concept, but, a lot of discernment rises within me when I see, something like that having a political tie. So I'm not sure if, what we're seeing, on mainstream news, if some of it is actually happening or not, because a lot of these headlines are coming from them. It's coming from the judges. It's coming from, these people that we're supposed to trust, the same people that poured Agent Orange, the same people that, performed, de-sterilization on 20,000 people. In this whole COVID thing, I'm seeing the whole difference, between, people debating between COVID or child sex trafficking. I mean, you have to really, pick a side, especially in a time like this. There's so much division and separation, and if we were just to unite, I don't know, have hope.
And Lucy, see, you probably don't realize it, but with what you just said, let me explain it to you, how my take on this. But what you just said was actually extremely profound, but you didn't realize it. So hear me out for a second. Today, with things like COVID or Maxwell or Epstein or the economy, politics, the military, UFOs, I can go, the banking system, I can go on and on and on, where today some of the conspiracies that have been talked about for a very long time that people were concerned about, when you have one thing that pops up to be like real and factual, and I'm talking about Epstein, for instance, right? And he gets arrested. There have been many girls, I would say they're women today, but girls that came forward, young women that were silenced and ridiculed and embarrassed by Epstein and his money and his people around him. And he was allowed to continue. And now, Maxwell's arrested and he's committed suicide. But what it allows for people to say and to confirm is that that's a real situation. And then, COVID comes along and we've got bioweapons, or it's China, or it's the United States. The numbers aren't real. The numbers are real. Mask, no mask. Now we have that conspiracy to fall into that the mainstream media is also reporting on, just like Maxwell and Epstein. And you can keep going on down the line. Are the numbers real? And suddenly, conspiracy is real. And now you have to step back, and it's not one conspiracy. It's 50 conspiracies around the one conspiracy. And you just said the magic words. You've now got to choose a side inside of the conspiracy, right? It's just like people's heads are.
Unfortunately,
I know. People's heads are spinning right now. They don't know what to believe, and that's why your words are so important, because it is not. We're talking about 150 countries whose economy has collapsed. Not Kansas City. The entire planet, and that involves millions and millions and millions and millions of people on this planet concerned about feeding their children, eating, jobs, security, the future, their governments, their industry. Everything comes into play, and conspiracy is now the new normal. And you're not the only one that is wondering what the heck to believe and what is really going on. And these
when it comes to child sex trafficking, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but when it comes to child sex trafficking, I mean, I can feel that we've been conditioned to think that that's something to be like a norm. You know, missing children, it's normal. Well, and that's not right.
But of course you are right with that. And what I am saying here is, it's everything all at the same time. And, and we have some very serious issues that are getting clouded over with other very serious issues and other very serious issues. I have no idea anymore, Lucy, what news I'm going to wake up to tomorrow. And neither do you, or does anybody else. It's when I say it's crazy town, that's what we're dealing with. And I don't know when I heard this week that we've got 2 years in front of us to unbury the economic situation, clear the political horizon, figure out military issues and COVID and, right? It's I don't know the state of mind that the planet is going to be in. I have no idea, because everybody's getting twisted up on all of these subjects. Right. So, yeah, you're absolutely right, Lucy. And I feel for all of us.
I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt. Go ahead.
No, I said I feel for all of us. I'm going through. I'm human, just like everybody else, and I'm feeling crushed. I'm feeling suffocated. I'm feeling pinned down. A
lot of those emotions are manufactured.
Of course they are.
A lot of this.
Of course they are.
So, I mean, you know, and you look at the bigger picture and you look at the missing people, and it makes me kind of wonder, all of it's just kind of manufactured to keep us from finding out, you know, the truth of why we're really here, why we really created. You know, I know, well, you know, from listening to insiders and, you know, extraterrestrial insiders and so on and so forth, you know, that we're created. And I kind of feel that way too. You know, none of us feel like we should belong here right now, but yet we're here right now, and for a reason.
Yeah,
and, you know?
Yep. Well said, Lucy. You're smart. Keep listening to Fade to Black. Keep hanging out with this community. And together, eventually, we're going to get through this. And I say it all the time. I've got flowers hanging out of my pockets. That's it. That's the only way to look at it, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Lucy. Go back, Tepe. Enjoy your weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. What fantastic phone calls tonight. I don't know. Somebody pinch me. These are just fantastic phone calls. Let's see who I've got up next. This is great. 747-228-2051. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Forsaken.
Hi, Forsaken. How are you?
Yep, I'm hanging in there, doing all right. Still alive, still breathing, and it is so great to see that you're better.
Yeah, I was never bad. But better. Yeah, no.
Well, no. I mean, you know, the whole vacation and everything, and it's glad to see that, you know, you've come back and you're refreshed and you are ripping, raring to go. And tonight, I have to say, my dear Jimmy, or our Jimmy, sorry, y'all, Fader fam, you are very lively tonight. Very, very out there with your words, and it's great to see. Because remember a couple of weeks back, you were talking about how you had all this stuff inside, and you were just keeping it all in. And, you know, one day you were just going to let it go, let it just come out, and it's happening.
Well, yeah. I'm still holding. I've only let 10% go, and maybe I think that's a good zone to be in. You know, that 10%. If I go full 100%, I'm going to be like, what was that movie, Network, right? And I just can't take it anymore. You know, am I going to be that guy? I'm trying to think. Who was the star of Network? Man,
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Network?
No, I've never seen The Matrix either.
No, Network is a. Hold on for a second. Hold on.
I'm looking.
I think
I'm
it was
looking in the sandbox.
I think it was Albert Finney. I could be wrong. Hold on. Faye Dunaway, William Holden, Peter Finch, Robert Duvall, and Ned Beatty. Man, what a phenomenal movie.
When did it come out?
1976.
Oh, that was the year I was born.
Yep. Peter Finch, man. Robert Duvall's great in it too as well. Ned Beatty. Oh man. What? You just need to watch that. And
I will. I will look it up, see if I can get it, you know, or swashbuckle it if I have to. But yeah, okay, yep, the Network.
Thank you so much, Forsaken. Anything else?
Yeah, actually, the reason why I called is two little reasons. They're going to be really quick. Okay, the chair, the empty chair. You know, it is beloved to all of us.
It is?
And,
okay. I didn't know that.
It is beloved. And sometimes, like when the show first starts, like tonight, it's like, bam, chair, great. Next commercial, bam, chair, that's great. And then the next commercial is like, oh, no, overlay. So I'm just wondering, and if it's too personal, then just tell me to go on to the next thing. When you do have the overlay up, that's just to be like, hey, I don't want y'all to see whatever it is in here. You know, like if Teddy comes in the room and you have to tell him to go out again like you did at the beginning of tonight's show. We heard that.
Oh, you did?
We heard. Yeah, you like snapped your fingers and you're like, go. It was rough. It was like maybe 2-3 seconds after the overlay initially came on before 10 o'clock on the dot.
Okay, I'll tell you who it was. It was Richard Dolan. And he wants to come in here and start yelling, and I said, man, out of here. And I snapped my fingers, and then he came in a few minutes ago and to say goodbye, and that's why I put that thing on the screen.
You're so funny.
And I'm just telling you right now, I'll slap him around just like anybody else. Forsaken, enjoy your weekend.
Oh, one more. I just wanted to ask about the H factor.
Uh-huh. What about it?
Okay, so, like, is it going to be, like, really, like, good stuff? Like,
No.
you know, like any type of topic, or is it going to be different topics? Like, how are the topics going to be dictated? You know, like, is it going to be like, you know, maybe the audience can recommend, or is it just going to, you know, that's just what I want to know. You can go ahead and say it. I'm going to get off because I know there's other freighters waiting, and I'm getting really, really hyper. All righty, I'm out of here. Go Beckley Tepe.
Go Beckley Tepe. All right, for a second, go Beckley Tepe. The H factor is going to, and like I'm trying to prepare everybody for what is about to happen. Okay, it is based on us, on humans. No UFOs. No, and we are going to start things off with the brain. Okay, what is the brain? The study of the brain. What is happening right now? What do we know? What is it that we're trying to figure out? We're starting there. There's a ton of material. But we're going to start there, and we're going to take a walk through history on all the way up to present day, how humans became humans, how we became funny, how we became smart, how we, and so there's the hard science side of it, and then there's the whole philosophical side, and then there's the esoteric side and spirituality, and eventually we're going to get there too as well. Getting your feedback, we're going to have all of the interaction that everybody wants on the website and, of course, on YouTube. And suggestions on directions. We are sitting on mountains and mountains of material. And to get it all done and to get it out there, it's going to take a long time to do. So we've got plenty of programming in front of us. Okay? So, but we're starting with the brain. All right? And if you got any suggestions, watch the premiere episode and how we start to lay things out. And then we'll take things from there. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Dan from Colorado again, Jimmy. How are you?
Hey, Dan from Colorado. How are you? Dan?
Jimmy, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have phone problems. How are you doing tonight, my friend?
I am doing good, Dan. What's on your mind?
Nothing. I just wanted to say thanks again for being back on. We all missed you. We need you. Whether you like it or not, we need you. Like you save us all mentally, because if you weren't around, we would all think that we think alone. And so it's a beautiful thing.
That.
And I want to say thank you to the unsung hero down the hall from you, and that. And I love the guests that you have on. Like Billy last night, and it was funny. I was just thinking about Dolan before you mentioned him 5 minutes ago. But you've earned the respect to have the top-notch people on your show, and it's a wonderful thing, man. I love what you have going on. I just have to remind you that, just what's on my mind.
Thank you, Dan, and do me a favor.
Yeah.
Enjoy your weekend.
Oh, I will, Jimmy. I will. And to all the Fadernauts, I have to say, like, from Germ, who just called, the gal who just called before, and the gal who called about an hour ago, all the Faders, I can't agree with any of them more. You have a great following, and it's a beautiful thing, Jimmy. You take care, buddy.
You too, Dan. Thank you, and go Beckley Tepe. And thank you for that. I really, really appreciate it. But it's just hard work, and just like anything else, you keep your foot on the gas. Just believe in yourself and what you're doing, like we do with this show, and the audience will grow and resonate with you. And that's where we are today. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let's go back to the phones.
Yeah.
Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Know what you're doing.
Okay, turn me down. Turn me down. Okay. All right. It's unfortunate there. Let's go to this caller. And we do it this fast. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Mr. Church, it's Jason from Baltimore. How's it going?
Hey, Jason from Baltimore. How's it going?
Oh, not too bad. I just wanted to commend you, sir. I really appreciate the changes you got to the channel, and I appreciate you taking some time to sort of reevaluate, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about tonight. I think we focus a lot on how tough things are right now. But I think if we just focus on how tough things are, we really miss the opportunity that everybody has right now to sort of take a look at themselves and take a look at everything that's going on around them and sort of reevaluate stuff in their own lives, and try to sort of scale back and maybe, take your really look at yourself and what you want to do and how, at this time you can take some time for yourself and really figure out like a different path for yourself or something that you want to do with your life that you haven't been doing. And we can focus on how tough it is with COVID and with all this stuff that's being shoved down our throats, or we can say, you know what, that stuff is happening, but maybe it's a blessing in disguise, and maybe I can take some time and figure out what I want to do moving forward, reevaluate, take a look at some maybe new opportunities that are coming up because of like new situations that are coming up. I think that we always tend to focus on the negative, but like myself, I have met since all this has been going on, I've met so many people, and my life has been enriched so much because of people that I've met like through online and through other mediums that I wouldn't have had the exposure to if not for being stuck in the house. So I just want to say to everybody who thinks that, like, these are horrible times. Yeah, they're rough, but something is really good for everybody if you try. Something really good for everybody is going to come out of this. If you take a look and you reevaluate and you kind of plan for the future. And even with you with the new shows and everything, I feel like maybe you did a little bit of that yourself, because I've seen a lot of people do that where they like, you know what, I'm going to take some things in a new direction. I'm going to, spin my life out in another way because it's shaking everything up, people's lives have been shaken up. And I think you can focus on the negative, or you can say, I'm going to do something positive out of all this. And I like the direction you guys are going. I did it myself. I started a YouTube channel this year and things that I never would have thought about doing. And I congratulate you for the H Factor. That's going to be fun, and everything you guys are doing at the network. And I really don't have a whole lot to say except
you've just said an awful lot.
Stay positive, guys.
You just said an awful lot. But you're
oh, sorry.
No, see, but this is the thing, Jason, is I think that when I say everybody, I can honestly say like the entire planet has had an opportunity at least once over the last 4 or 5 months to have a serious amount of self-reflection, where they just sat back and thought about why they are here, where did they come from, where are they going, what is their purpose, because life is short and precious. And that when coronavirus and COVID and the economy and everything, when all of that, I said back then that we are going to come out of this on the other side smarter and better. We are going to be changed. We are. This will happen. There's no way that we're going to come out of this being normal. It's not. It's not that kind of party anymore. So that's the part, and you're absolutely right. Including myself and everybody else. That let's figure out how we can all be better, whatever it is. Right? Better.
Yeah.
Jason,
I feel like I've seen more roads to positive change through all this, through the nightmare fog. The light at the end of the tunnel has never been brighter. And I just want to say to everybody out there who's having a hard time, just keep pushing and figure out what you can do for yourself to come out on the other side of this better people, because I think we're all going to be that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Better people for all absolutely, Jason. Have a great weekend, and go Beckley Tepe. Thank you for the phone call.
Go Beckley Tepe. Thank you, sir.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much. It's a great phone call right there. What choice do we have? What choice do we have except to make things better? What choice do we have? We don't. We don't have. And the one industry that needs the real self-reflection to step back and look at themselves and see what they have done is the media. All of it. Causing the divisiveness, the negativity, the way that they handled everything. They bear so much responsibility. None of this had to be that way. None of it could have been handled completely different. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader Night, 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051 on the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. This is Rob Halford, the Metal God, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station. Salt Lake City, Utah. Van Buren, Arkansas.
Why is it we're not very good with our health regimen until it's too late? We don't put oil in the car until the engine blows up. When the body's out of balance, your health is not so good. Give your body some love. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. Try our Life Change Tea, which cleanses you from harmful intruders. A clean colon is one of the ways to bring the body in balance. We also carry organic supplements to help you get where you need to go. So do your body a favor. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. You can even visit our sales page to save some dough. Does anybody call money dough anymore? Anyway, if you're looking for short, helpful health tips, go to YouTube and punch in Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. So, log on to getthetea.com, shop, get balanced, then learn some cool tips at Health Matters Now. You'll be glad you did. That's getthetea.com.
Your contact for current news and trending topics. KGRAradio.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from Rivermoon. Just click on the Rivermoon Coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B Blend. Let's face it, you've always wanted to do a sky watch and see your first UFO. Today, it's easy. Just get your own HP7 3B Cobalt Jimmy Church Edition night vision goggles from Hoffman's Optics. This is the same U.S. military system that I use, featuring a Generation 3 blue phosphor image tube. That's right, it's blue, not black and green. This is the only blue system in the world, and it's waterproof, lightweight, combat-proven, simple to use, and ready to go. Hoffman's Optics helped create night vision sky watches, and now you can see what everyone has been talking about each night from your own backyard. Just call 760-231-9929. That's 760-231-9929. You can click on the banners on our site or visit UFOnightvisiongoggles.com. That's UFOnightvisiongoggles.com. Go back, Lee Tepe.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact. KGRAradio.com.
Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi available, you can still listen to every minute of Fade to Black by just calling 605-562-4482. No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan and no extra cost if you have unlimited minutes. Just call 605-562-4482. You can listen to me, Jimmy Church, on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Go back, Lee Tepe.
Telepath is a weekly digital newsletter filled with the latest paranormal news, trending topics, and fresh articles from some of the most popular critical thinkers in the community today. Stay informed on your favorite paranormal podcasts and live streaming talk shows. Interact with the Telepath and upload your paranormal story or pics. It could be featured in an upcoming edition. Sign up right now for the free Telepath newsletter at paranormal.radio. That's paranormal.radio.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why Fade to Black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader Night, 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. Open lines all night long. Your calls, your conversation. UFOs, the paranormal, supernatural, conspiracy, time travel, lost history, guitars, music, coffee, food, whatever. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy Church, it's Heidi Ho from Bend, Oregon. How you doing?
It's who from Bend, Oregon?
Heidi Ho.
Heidi Ho. How are you, Heidi?
I'm so good. Hey, I just wanted to tell you that my wife, Pamela, and I totally appreciate your show and that we actually met you or saw you at the LA Expo a couple of years ago.
Right on.
And I called because, well, first off, I just wanted to say hey because we really appreciate you. But second off, are you aware, of Giant Rock in the Mojave Desert in California?
Yeah, it's in Joshua Tree. But yes, I've been there. It's incredible.
Yes. When I was a little kid, like probably 6, my parents and my aunts went to those conventions.
Oh, they
and
did?
I was actually in that rock, and I met Van Tassel.
Wow.
George Van Tassel, and I went in that rock, and there was a piano and books on the bookshelf, I remember, carved out, and I just thought, I don't know how many people have ever called you and told you they've actually been in Giant Rock.
Yeah, that's incredible, and you don't sound that old.
Well, I'm 56.
Well, you've got that going for you. Well, see, I was just out there, and the hole that you're talking about, where Van Tassel had his little place where he lived, right?
His little single apartment.
Yeah. It's now full of rocks, and you can get in there. I went down there and poked my head in, but it scared me, so I didn't go inside of there. I'm a little jealous that you were able to do that and hang out with Van Tassel back in the day. But that is it. I don't think most people understand. It's called Giant. It's called Giant Rock for a reason. You don't know, and you're driving out there and you round the last corner because there's a lot of big rocks, and you're thinking to yourself, "Is that it? Is that it? Is that it?" And then you drive around the corner, and it's like, holy crap. You don't expect that. You don't expect that. I don't know how tall it is, but it's got to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stories. Yeah.
I think it's 7 stories.
It's huge.
It is. It's one big chunk of granite, baby.
Yeah. It takes like 10 minutes to walk around it. It's big, man. It's so cool.
Yeah, it is. And I feel like I grew up there because I went to 2 or 3 conventions back in the day just because my mom and my aunts were like free thinkers back in the day, and they went there, and I didn't think anything of it. It was natural to me. And it was really neat. My favorite time of the night there was when all the people were there and everybody would start their campfires, and you would smell the campfire smell and see all the flames all around the mountain, and it was a really neat experience. I wish it could happen again because I think it'd be an amazing thing, but that place is very special to me personally. And
it must have been really cool because they had there are reports. I've gone back and looked at the film and the archival stuff. But there was,
my grandma was probably in there somewhere.
5, 10, 15,000 people out there for those conferences.
Yeah, it was crazy. There was a big podium, and Van Tassel would get up there, and all the people that were in the know of that day, which UFOs and stuff weren't cool back then, as far as the way people thought back then. So they were very avant-garde. In their beliefs and people coming out there, and it was very cool. And also, Jimmy, I just wanted to tell you that a few weeks ago you were talking about guitar players, and I just wanted to say that Elliot Easton from the Cars, underestimated guitar player, baby.
Yeah,
that guy is awesome.
Yeah, and a very nice guy too. Very nice guy. Very nice guy.
Oh, you've met him?
Yes, I have.
Great.
Yes,
I love it.
a few times.
I appreciate every time I hear his guitar playing on the Cars, and That's really all I really wanted to say. I just want to say that we all appreciate you out there, and my wife Pamela and I love you. We listen to you every night, and keep up the good work, Jimmy.
Thank you,
And,
Heidi, and give my best to Pamela. Okay? I look forward to
Thank
seeing
you.
you guys again.
All right.
Go Beckley
Hey, go
Teppy.
Beckley Teppy,
There
baby.
you go. Thank you, Heidi. That's Heidi from Bend, Oregon. And if you ever get a chance, people talk about Giant Rock all the time, and I get it, right? But until you go out there and you see it for yourself and you lay eyes on it, words and pictures cannot. It just doesn't do it justice. And I'll never forget going out there with who did I go out there with? I went out there with Eric Awakening Man for sure. I want to say Brad and Michelle Harris. That's 3. Was it just the 4 of us, or did we have a 5th? I can't remember. Was it Nurse Nancy? Karen? Who else went with us? Was it Stacy? I can't remember. Oh, man. But anyway, it was just absolutely incredible. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, it's Rick from Seattle. How are you doing, Jimmy?
Hey, Rick from Seattle.
Yeah, man. How are you doing?
Rick who?
Come on.
I
really?
want.
You have to ask that?
Yeah. No, I want.
I'm messing with you.
How have you been, man?
Oh man, busy. Back at school, graduating in a quarter, and just keeping my head above water.
I haven't.
I was worried.
I haven't talked to you for 5 years.
Has it been that long?
What do you think? I'm embarrassing you. It's your fault too.
Yeah. No. It's because I have to wait an hour on hold. And then you're extremely busy, and it's not like you can exactly answer your phone right away.
Oh,
so
man.
usually I talk to Rita. Rita's been busy.
Yeah. All right. So, Rick, what's on your mind, man? It's been a long time.
Yeah. Well, first off, this whole Gibson play authentic thing. Seriously?
What's that? Gibson?
What's your thought? Yeah, the Gibson play authentic. How they're going after Dean guitars, trying to sue them.
Right, right.
They're just going nuts.
Right. I'm not happy that, you know what, Gibson, and if somebody, the amount of Japanese and Chinese knockoffs that have been made and sold over the years didn't take away from any Gibson sales. They went after Ibanez in the 70s and so forth. But anyway, going all the way through to today, a good guitar design is a good guitar design. It's like a violin. And that's it. And it's the same thing with Fender or anything else. Just let it go. I think it's really it puts them. If somebody wants a Gibson, they're going to get a Gibson, and there is nothing like the first time. I can hold up. I've got a Les Paul hanging right here in the studio, right? And the first time just so everybody can understand what I'm talking about. When you get a Gibson, when you're a kid, right? Okay, here's a Les Paul. I'm holding it up to the camera. Very beautiful guitar, right? Okay, you get a Gibson. You don't look at the body. You don't look at the pickups. You don't do anything but go straight down and look at the logo on the top. You're like, oh, man, look at that. That's what you want to see, right? And that's what Gibson's got going for them. If somebody wants a Gibson, they're going to.
The most important thing's the sound.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of great sounding guitars out there.
Oh,
As a matter of fact, this Les Paul, I don't even play it. It just looks good. Just hangs on the wall. But anyway, That's really the truth. Gibson should just let it go. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. No, they're not going to get one more guitar sale by being heavy-handed. You know, just let it go. Yeah. Let it go. Let it go. People that want a Dean, right, are going to get a Dean. If somebody wants a Dean V,
there's the price barrier.
Well, no, a USA-made Dean is probably more expensive than a Gibson Flying V, to be honest with you.
No, true, but no, but what I mean is a majority of okay, let's put it this way. Do you see more Epiphones than Gibsons? So it's kind of like the entry-level Dean, or do you see more of the expensive Dean?
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, it's a great argument, and it's a great point. And I don't know. I don't see too many Epiphones out there being played. I see a lot of Gibsons being played. And those Korean Epiphones, and it doesn't matter whether it's an Epiphone SG or a Les Paul, those aren't taken away from Gibson sales. You know, if you're going to you want a Gibson Les Paul, you're going to save your money, you're going to get one. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, it's like comparing a Harley Benton, you know, like a $250 or $150 knockoff. I mean, it's like, why see the guys that are putting out $150 knockoffs?
Right.
You know, that's you get it like Slash. Slash isn't going to go out there and rock a $150 Harley Benton or something like that.
But he did originally. But he did originally. That original Slash Les Paul was a knockoff. Did you know that?
I did not know.
The original Slash Les Paul was a copy. That's right.
Do you know what brand?
There's tons of history on it. That was bought by, sold by, I apologize, friend of mine has a guitar shop next to Guitar Center, called, I think it's the Guitar Shop or whatever. It doesn't matter. And that's where Slash got the guitar. And
no kidding.
Yeah, go read. That's a fact. That's a fact.
I've been doing nothing but reading for almost 2 years now, man.
It's a fact, though. That's a fact. The Slash Les Paul was a knockoff. That's right. So the Gibson Slash guitar that's out there right now is a copy of a copy. I'll talk to you. Hey, Rick, man, it's great to hear your voice, man. I hope the family's doing well, and I look forward to hanging out with you again.
Yeah, man. Hey, my dad, Mike Oming, and Alex Mastretta, they all say hi.
Oh, hey, man, you guys, that is still one of the coolest events that ever went down. And I'm glad that you guys did all of that together. That it's still, I think about it all the time.
Yeah,
squatching.
Well, we still hang out online.
Yes, squatching. I'll talk to you, Rick. Behave and be well, my friend.
You too, man. Take it easy.
There you go. That is the original Gobekli Tepe. That's the original FADERNIGHT right there. Rick Sinnott just called into the show. I'm beside myself. I can't believe it. Rick Sinnott. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hello, Mr. Church. Good night. My name is Onur Ince. I'm calling from North Carolina.
Hi, what's your name?
It's a Turkish name. I'm originally from Turkey. Onur Ince.
Okay, I can't even repeat that, so let's just let that go. How's that?
Well, if you want me to spell it, I can spell the last name. INCE. I'm a professor of economics in North Carolina, but I'm originally from Turkey.
Okay.
And you're always saying, go back to Tepe, go back to Tepe, go back to Tepe. So I said, I just let me call him and, thank him while watching him on the YouTube. It's a great blue shirt, as you have.
Yeah.
Me and my wife, we're watching you right now. And it's a very, very interesting site. And I really appreciate that you're giving the value that this site needs in mainstream archaeology science. I think there are some dates that are misrepresented. And I'm saying this as a person who's working in mainstream science. So I wish I could met you in the last Starbucks USA conference in last November with the remote viewing and UFO topics that the Paula Harris organized. We were there. I think you're going to go to the next one.
Yeah,
right?
I'm going to go to.
Am I correct?
Yep, I'll be hosting and speaking at the next one. I look forward to it. Let me go back. Hold on for a second. You've been to Göbekli Tepe.
Yes, I've been there. Mm-hmm.
And how does it? What's the impact like when you go to a site like that with so much importance to humanity? What's it like?
Well, first of all, unfortunately, I've been there after Klaus Schmidt died. And the Klaus Schmidt is the German archaeologist who's basically doing the original excavation.
That's right.
And after he died, I've been there because at that time the site was not very well known. I mean, there are some rumors, but there were a lot of problems about finding the exact or approximate date that the whole site was built, and not only built, but deliberately buried underground.
That's right.
And what we have right now, according to ground radar penetration data, that's approximately what we have underground is 50 times more than what we have on above ground.
Yeah, pretty exciting, isn't it? I mean, it's mind-blowing when we look at it like that. There is so much more to discover.
The thing is this, Turkey's geographical location is also called Asia Minor, and it's been one of the center, let me call, highways through that the civilization used from immigration or migration patterns from Asia to Europe, mostly. That's the time where we have a lot of trade, and two trade pathways are going through that region, and that region also belongs in the Mesopotamia area, where Sumerians also lived.
And we can't forget, and probably most importantly, is that it was the Armenian highlands, and that entire region went from sea to sea, and today it's modern day Turkey. We understand that. But back then,
don't worry about it. I have a lot of Armenian friends.
But you understand what I'm saying, and
of course, yes.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
and its importance in history is it cannot be measured, and I keep saying it all the time. It cannot be measured.
But the problem is this, Jimmy. Okay, do we know the exact date the pyramids was built? Let alone the pyramids, the Sphinx was built. It has water erosion marks on it. And the time Nile River was going through and left that erosion is at least as early as 10,000 BC.
That's right.
And we have what mainstream science is looking for, evidence, water erosion that a river passes through. And Nile River's direction or pathway has changed after BC 10,000. Also, the pyramids were aligned exactly like Orion Belt. And if you look at the true north and the magnetic north, the Orion Belt star was exactly 90-degree projected as late as 12,500 BC.
And I think it's represented there. And the
angles, the degree, the projection is not even 1 degree misaligned.
Yeah. And we are finding out more and more. Now, the question that I have, which I think all of us should have, is that what is it that we're looking at? Are we looking at a calendar? Are we looking at a museum? Are we looking at something religious? are we looking at something else that we don't understand altogether? What is the purpose of Göbekli Tepe? And it certainly isn't a defensive structure. There's no weapons.
There's a person, economics professor working in the mainstream science. I think archaeologists should stop insisting on invalidated or disproved data.
Well, yeah, but if we figure that out, I wait for that day. I wait for that day.
So
but you're
the question
absolutely
is,
right.
Göbekli Tepe is the oldest known civilization-built temple. Is it? Maybe pyramids are older.
Well, it's sitting on top of something older. We know that already, right? But is there
But the
another?
question is, the history is telling us that whatever we are told, and that's why I got into this subject a lot, is, excuse my French, baloney.
Yeah, I know. But you know what?
If I this in an academic conference present a paper like this, then I have a lot of opponent theories that they are making sense based on the data, and I'm trying to say that no, my way is correct. It's just playing an agenda that Egyptologists are liking to, isn't it?
Well, and when we know that it's the oldest megalithic site right now on planet Earth, 7,000 years older than the pyramids. We know this, but it wasn't supposed to exist. What are we going to do when we find another Göbekli Tepe, but it's in North America, or it's in Australia, or it's in South America? That's what I'm waiting for. And I want you to enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And I hope this epidemic crisis is not going to allow people to come to the conference. If things get normalized, I'll be there. I'd like to meet you too.
Yeah, and we'll shake hands. Thank you so much, and Göbekli Tepe.
Thank you.
It's a great phone call right there. And I need to take a break. And if you are on hold, stay right there. I will get to everybody. And I'm like, oops, I didn't mute. I'm going to take a break right here. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader night. Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. You can follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox on Twitter. Hashtag F2BQ is Fade to Black questions on Twitter. Aye. More of your phone calls after this short break. Stay with us.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your girl Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roasted to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Göbekli Tepe.
Hello, my name is Billy Carson, and I am a best-selling author and the founder of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Together with my team, we have built an all-new conscious streaming TV platform designed with every family member in mind. If you have ever wanted to travel the world and attend lectures and workshops from your favorite speakers but weren't able to, look no further. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. There are dozens of workshops and lectures from speakers you know and love. We have also included amazing categories to assure that your consciousness is entertained and elevating on a daily basis. Amazing interviews, ancient history, ascension knowledge, wisdom teachings, documentaries, conspiracies, mysteries, health and fitness, conscious cooking, meditations, finance, yoga, and so much more. To start your free trial on any mobile device or computer, surf to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's Forbidden Knowledge with the number 4, ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Again, visit ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app. Free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
This is Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JamieChurchRadio.com.
Come join us for the StarWorks UFOs and Artificial Intelligence Conference, November 6th through the 8th at the Aquarius Resort in Laughlin, Nevada. A full weekend of events with Grant Cameron, James Fox, Alan Stivelman, Sid Goldberg, Jaime Maussan, Lynn Katai, Paul Hynek, and another dozen great speakers and presenters. Special Fade to Black Sky Watches with Hoffman's Optics on Thursday and Friday nights, movie premieres, a cocktail party, a dinner gala. Get your discount ticket packages today at StarWorksUSA.com. I'll be there along with the entire Fade to Black crew. Start planning your weekend now for the StarWorks UFOs and Artificial Intelligence Conference, November 6th through the 8th at the Aquarius Resort in Laughlin, Nevada. Just visit StarWorksUSA.com. Go Beckley Tepe.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way. KGRARadio.com.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader Night, last segment of the show. Earlier tonight, talking about caller called in and mentioned Kathleen Kennedy. I think it was Chris from New York. I could be wrong. But, and I went back and looked. Okay, Kathleen Kennedy, a name in Hollywood that everybody knows. But she was the executive producer okay? And I'm just going to scroll through this list. It's incredible. E.T., the extraterrestrial, Poltergeist, Twilight Zone, the movie, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Gremlins, The Goonies, Back to the Future, The Color Purple, The Money Pit, An American Tale, Inner Space, Empire of the Sun, Batteries Not Included, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, The Land Before Time, Back to the Future Part 2, Joe versus the Volcano, Back to the Future Part 3, Gremlins 2, Arachnophobia, the TV series Back to the Future, Cape Fear, Brief History of Time, Fievel Goes West, An American Tale, Hook. I'm going to continue. Alive, Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, Milk Money, The Bridges of Madison County, Congo, The Indian in the Cupboard, great movie, Balto, The Best of Roger Rabbit, Twister, Jurassic Park, The Lost World, The Sixth Sense, AI, Artificial Intelligence, Jurassic Park 3, Signs, Seabiscuit, War of the Worlds, Munich, Persepolis. I can go on. Indiana Jones, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It's just like, it just goes on and on and on and on. I can continue all the way through to The Mandalorian, and now she's involved with Star Wars and Lucas and so forth. But continues on. Kathleen Kennedy has executive produced some of the most important films ever in Hollywood. So, yeah, I'm just going to let that one go and leave it right there. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Terry. Go back to Tappy.
Hey, Terry, how are you?
Man, I just got off vacation. I've been up in Mackinac Island for the week with the family, and we just rolled back in here tonight. And I thought, man, I'm going to jump on a little Fader night while I use these Hoffman Optics Jimmy Church Blue night vision goggles.
Yeah, right on, man. Did you cross the bridge?
We did. We crossed up there. We didn't get to go up to Canada, but we crossed over the bridge, and then we rode the ferry out to the island.
Yeah, so cool, man. I've done it twice in my life. Most people in the United States have no idea about the UP. They don't even know that they don't even know that it exists. And if you ever get a chance, that's a real road trip, man. To go across Michigan and then to hit the bridge and head over to the UP. But it's pretty incredible up there. So welcome back.
Yeah, we had a great time. You know, it was nice. The Verizon cell phones weren't working real good up there. And it kind of forced us all just to kind of, skip rocks and have fun. And, it kind of takes you back in time a little bit because they don't allow motorized vehicles on the island. And so it's either you're riding a bicycle or a horse. And we did a little night vision watching. We got to see the comet. Didn't see much else, but we did see the comet.
I haven't seen the comet yet. How cool is it?
It is. It's neat. It looks like a giant flashlight just popping out of the dark.
Right.
That's kind of the best way I can explain it. So it was pretty neat to see. It's pretty dark up there on that island too at night.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Up north.
Yeah. I think tonight and tomorrow night is the closest it's going to get to Earth. Am I understanding that correctly?
I think you probably know a little bit more about it than I do. I'm just an old farm boy from Indiana.
Yeah, stop it.
Spring, harvesting in the fall.
Stop it. So what else is going on, man? What's on your mind?
Well, I tell you what, I listened to your thing the other day, your show, and about unfollowing and stuff, and I tried it. I started cleaning up my list too, and you know what? It does make you feel a bit lighter, and you don't feel that tense knot in your gut.
Right.
And then after listening to Billy last night with his different chants, and he's just got a cool vibe working on him right now, man. And I'll tell you, he's right. It's time that people start, getting into some self-improvement and start making themselves a little bit better and making a better life for their family,
Yeah, I think we're all getting a little bit tired. The mainstream media and social media and the divisiveness and the anger and the things, and we're all pent up. We're all, locked in, and we're all questioning what the future is. But the best thing that we can do is just to try to avoid the negativity. It's hard, man. It's hard to do, and I get it. But I got to tell you, my social media feed is cleaned up, and it was easy to do. And what I found is that there were probably a few dozen players out there that I don't know who they are, that were getting shared and played out there in Twitter and Facebook. I just unfollowed, and it's coming from maybe, when I say a few dozen, that's probably a low number, But I don't know how many of these different groups and people and things that were posting the stuff that I unfollowed. But it's absolutely amazing how my news feed has been cleaned up.
And you don't feel all stressed out after you look at it.
You don't
that's
feel
the best
stressed
part.
out. You don't feel stressed out, and I don't like that feeling.
Yeah.
I'm just done with it. And the reasons for it, Terry, are simple. They're trying to affect people, and they know that it works. It does. It's effective, man.
Well,
it works.
It is, and you know what even concerns me more is I was listening to some guys talk. I just kind of overheard a conversation at the Grand Hotel, and these guys were talking about the Neuralink with Elon Musk, and the guy said, "I've heard that he's going to be able to. You'll be able to play a song, and you won't even have to have headphones on. It'll just play the music in your brain."
That's right.
And I'm just sitting there going, "That's fantastic." Until somebody hacks it and starts playing something you don't want going on in your brain.
That's right.
I mean, can you think MK Ultra Part 12?
And not only that, but you don't know, right? The voice is in my head. Oh man. So, how's the family, man? Everything good in your world?
Yeah, everything's good, man. Everybody's healthy so far, and all my friends, I had about 4 or 5 friends in the last 2 weeks that contracted, and their families contracted that virus, and they've all recovered, and they're all doing great. And in fact, I think a couple of them are on vacation, and I'll tell you what, I mean, it's nice to start hearing some good news.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't agree with you more, Terry. Well, all the best to you and your family. Thank you for checking in, and I'm glad you guys got a family vacay road trip in.
Hey, man, we needed it. And go Beckley Tepe, especially that sassy Roth, that sassy Southerner Roth girl. She needs to double up on her Go Beckley Tepe tonight, and so does Deb from Sacramento. So,
that's what I'm talking about.
A big shout-out to Eric, the Awakening Man. I haven't seen him on social media in a while. I need to hear about another Sedona trip.
That's what I think he's got some more to disclose to us, and we'll get him on the show here soon.
Sounds good, man. Go Beckley Tepe and have a great weekend.
You too, Terry. Terry from Naptown checking in from Indianapolis. And the Mackinac Island Bridge, when you go up to the very tippy top of Michigan, is incredible. And it's huge, by the way. I don't know how many. Well, I went across it when I was a kid, and it seemed like it just went on for forever, for miles and miles and miles. But it's just great up there. It's absolutely great. Let's get back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. You're live on Fade to Black. Oh, I'm gonna hate. Yes,
I'm here.
Yes.
Okay.
Who's calling?
Dan from Southwest Virginia.
This is who?
Dan from Southwest Virginia.
Hey, Dan, we can barely hear you, man.
Okay. Is that better?
Okay, what's on your mind?
Okay. I listened to you talk about your audio stream the other night. It didn't work on Windows 10, and I got thinking about that. And same here. I keep all this old stuff back from years ago. And there was a song by Neil Young that fits that description very well. It's called A Piece of Crap. Back in 1974. Yeah. And I thought you'd get a kick out of that. That's why I called in.
Hey, thank you, Dan, and enjoy your weekend.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jimmy.
Yeah, thank you, Dan. That's a great phone call right there. And he's talking about Neil Young, a piece of crap. He's absolutely right with that. Dan, thank you so much for that. Nothing like a Windows 10 drivers. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. You're live. Okay, I'm going to put you on hold. I'll come back to you. Hate to do that. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yes.
Max up in Washington.
Yep,
I got you.
Okay.
So, awesome Fader night so far, man. It kind of seemed like everybody was kind of down on all, and all this stuff. I mean, it's definitely dragging people down and everything, but the mood's kind of chippered up a little bit.
What's that? What was dragging people down?
Well, I mean, it's just kind of like, people were trying to stay positive and everything like that. You were just talking about, avoiding that negativity.
Oh,
but,
yes.
Yep. So I'm just, that's kind of the vibe I'm on too. There's going to be this stuff going on here, but I think we still got to remember, this is conscious intention. We got to, this is like almost like a clean slate. We got to come in here and really focus on doing something and making some changes. Because, I mean, you said it yourself, it's not going to be like it was.
No. And what choice do we have? I mean, what's the alternative? The alternative is not good. It's an opportunity, and there's another part of this that I didn't mention tonight, but with the slowdown of driving, cruise ships, airplanes, right? Everything that the pollution stopped and the air is cleaner. And I'm wondering what this did to global warming and the lesson that we can take away from that it's easier to reverse the damages that we have done to this planet than we had thought. And number two, Mother Earth is very forgiving, right? She can fix herself. All we got to do is just help a little bit. And what a great lesson to have learned that the damages that we were doing was, the cruise ships and all of the airplanes flying, all the driving and things, that we can turn this around quickly in a matter of months, not decades.
Yeah, they overplay that. They overplay that for the narrative and everything. But, I mean, I didn't talk for very long last night because I wanted to, let everybody else get down there with Billy when I was bringing up that mask thing. But honestly, I'm giving that to the world, man. So that's like, it's kind of like I've got, it's like, well, what are we here for in all this madness? It's like self-reflection time, right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just going to send that out to the world. That's kind of one of my little, I mean, the whole patent deal is not to make money, but, that's kind of one thing I've been working on. Just like, at least if you could give it to all the people who are like the comorbids and all that stuff, just then nobody else has to wear a mask. That'd be great.
Well, and just keep it up on social media, and when you get close, let us know. And we'll send it out there for you.
All right. And Kat told me to tell you the Dodgers are up, so the Giants are looking scared. But all the Spreaker guys out there, take it easy and go Beckley Tepe, Jimmy.
Go Beckley Tepe, Max. Thank you for the phone call, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And so with that, let's go over here. And what a great Fader night tonight. Again, thank you for all of the phone calls and all of Twitter. Absolutely incredible. And my phone system on the last phone call of the night is acting funky. And let me see if I can bring it in. Let's see if it's here. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? Nope, it's I'm looking at it. It's acting weird. Okay. Huh. Dear. My phone system is locked up. I'm going to let everybody know. It's Deb from Sacramento. Yep. And it's not picking up. I'm wondering if I can. Okay, I'm going to do this. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up. Just stay with me. Just stay with me. I'm going to see if I can do a trick here. Okay? Just stay with me. Watch this. This is interesting. Just stay with me. I'm going to see if I can make this happen. I think I got this sussed out. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. See, I'm actually calling Deb now. And she's not picking up the phone. No, I don't have technical difficulties. I was holding Deb for last. Oh.
Please.
She's not picking up. Okay, this is funny. And if she's listening right now, Deb, pick up your phone. I can see right now that you're not picking up. This is great. Oh, well, I tried.
Hello?
Deb,
Hello?
Deb?
Yeah, I've been on hold. And I got disconnected the first time, and then my phone was, I was just now on hold. My phone was ringing in. I was ignoring it because I was on hold with you.
Yeah, see? See? You see
What?
how you are? You see how you are? I picked up. You didn't say hello. I picked up again, and you were ignoring me. You were just...
I had you on speaker the whole time. I didn't hear you pick up on... Anyway.
I'm not buying what you're selling. Not buying what you're
Well,
selling.
You're delusional, dude. I think I'm talking to a Jimmy Church clone. Come on now. What happened to you? So here's the deal. Welcome back. We missed you very much. The day that you posted your On the Road video, man, if you wanted to set the sandbox on fire with conspiracy theories, congratulations.
All right. Maybe I'll do it again. Maybe I'll do it again.
Are you there?
I said maybe I'll do it again.
If you had it to do over, would you do it that way again?
I didn't do anything strange. I just...
Oh, I'm not saying it was strange.
Yeah. Well, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? It was cool. It was fun. It was great.
Yeah. So, oh God, now you totally threw me off because I had questions for you. Let me think here. Hold on. While you were on your road, taking your week off, out there, doing your thing, did you run into any FADERNIGHTs, or were you publicly recognized by anybody?
No, and no.
Okay. When you did your photo op with Bigfoot,
right?
Were you in Felton?
No.
Okay, because there's a Discovery Bigfoot Museum in Felton, California. It's up above Santa Cruz.
Right.
And that picture looked just like, I've been there. I've been to that museum. It looked just like the photo at one of the photo op places that they have right there in their museum.
I was I was hundreds of miles from Santa Cruz.
Were you in Willow Creek?
No.
Okay, because those were the two spots I thought, he's, on his journeys.
Well, it was kind of funny. I was watching people try to guess, and nobody figured it out. So it's going to stay where it is.
You're not going to tell us?
No.
Jimmy, what happened to open disclosure and transparency? And come on now.
So anyway, what else is going on? What did you think about? What did you think about the New York Times article today?
I didn't read it. Didn't even read it.
Okay.
Because I've already watched podcasts and things talking, like Coast to Coast the other night. You were talking about it and all the buildup, and I've already listened to things today that talked about it, including what you said. And so it's like, it just doesn't. Matter of fact, I saw your post earlier today and on your tweet, and it was like nothing new here. I'm like, okay, well, I don't have time to waste on nothing new.
Right.
I want to hear new stuff.
Well,
and I already know what you think about, the Wilson Davis. I know what Dolan thinks about it. You guys have opposing views, and that's fine, But when I'm bored and I have time to look into it more, I will. But right now there's just been other stuff going on.
The chatter that's going on out there, I haven't had the time to go and see what everybody is saying. What is everybody else saying about the article?
Nothing new. But basically, the consensus is, and again, these are FADERNIGHts posting saying this stuff. They've already heard they already know everything that we normally follow. So there's nothing earth-shaking or really new in there that's worth talking about. That's the general consensus that I've seen. And I've only basically seen stuff in the sandbox. And then I listened to Jordan Sather's thing once in a while, and he was talking about it too. But he has a different view.
Right. Well,
so everyone interprets it differently. You know that.
Well, I think it's going to be interesting for people to take a closer look. It's inevitable that this is going to happen inside and outside of the UFO community, and other journalists out there that are going to take a closer look at Eric Davis. And if he wants to go on the record and make these kinds of statements, well, he is now liable. He's got to back this up. He's going to be underneath the microscope, and he that's a very, very, very bold statement to say, and that's going to be so much fun to see that unfold. Now, I'm going to say this, and I mean it. I want what Eric Davis said today to be true. I know it's not, but I want it to be true. It's just one of those things. Nobody wants it more than me. Plenty want it the same, but absolutely. I want our government to be in possession of flying saucers, and let's start talking about it. But I can't go on the record and state that as fact. And he did in the New York Times. So, and he is involved with all of these different individuals out there. So now you got to put up or shut up. And if you're not if you can't put up and you can't speak factually and back this up, it's another black eye. It's another black eye, and he's going to take down a lot of people with him. A lot. So we'll see. Yeah. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Maybe it'll go the other way.
The thing I'm looking forward to, I'm going to Tahoe this weekend with two of my friends. One's a total, on my page, UFO guy. The other one, total skeptic. And he reads the New York Times.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
It's going to open a door, and, he's still going to be skeptical, but it's going to open a door to at least have a conversation, and I'm grateful for that.
Are you going to Emerald Bay?
We don't have a booked place, so we're just going to drive where the road takes us and check out the lake and do whatever we want. And if we want to spend the night, we always get free comps at Harrah's.
Well,
stay there. And just do our thing.
Just go to Emerald Bay, drive out there, find the highest point you can, walk out, sit on the cliff, let your feet dangle, and look down. It is one of the most beautiful places on this planet, and it's right there in Lake Tahoe. So
I've been there before, so I know exactly it is. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
It's beautiful. All right,
so,
Deb.
Anyway,
enjoy your weekend.
Welcome back. We missed you, and it's just what the caller earlier tonight said. Our community feels kind of empty without you in it, and one of my fears was that maybe the show wouldn't be returning, and it felt like I'd been kicked in the stomach. I just was like, no,
Stop all that.
We didn't know. We didn't know from your post that you could interpret it so many different ways, and we're just glad that things worked out.
Enjoy your weekend and have a safe trip.
Thanks. You too, Jimmy. Take care. Go Beckley Teppy.
Go Beckley Teppy. That's the way to wrap a Fader Night is with Deb from Sacramento. So everybody, just please have a great, safe, fun weekend. All right. Fade to Black's executive producer is Rita Camarion. What a great show tonight. Fantastic show. Perfect show. Show is produced by Hill J. Palmer, Renee Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vitoa, Mark D. Kovar. Get well, Gene. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network, and syndication is KGRA, The Planet. This broadcast owned and copyrighted 2020 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. Army host Jimmy Church. Again, everybody be safe. We'll see you on Monday. Go Beckley Tepe.